Hi, my name is Tim Taylor and the title of my thesis is Wind Farm Control Optimization Under Humility. In Greek literature, one of the main motifs is hubris, or pride that inevitably leads to the demise of the main character. A great example of this is in the Odyssey. Odysseus has to escape from a Cyclops, so he blinds him and escapes. Once he's on the ship, he begins taunting him. Polyphemus, the Cyclops, can't do very much because he's blinded, so he prays to his god Poseidon that Odysseus may never return to his homeland again. And this is the beginning of Odysseus' 20-year-long voyage in the Odyssey. Now, if Odysseus actually used some humility in this situation, he might have avoided it. And this is the kind of approach that we want to use here. Wind farms today experience huge power losses in certain wind directions because of wake interactions. In other words, let's just consider two turbines. If we have just one turbine that's just unobstructed and experiencing all of the wind, it's extracting energy out of that wind. If we place a turbine right behind it, this second turbine may only be able to capture about 80% of the power that the upwind turbine is. And this problem is exacerbated when we keep adding turbines in a large wind turbine array. Now, this problem becomes even more difficult when we start simulating it. It takes days on a supercomputer to just model 10 minutes in simulation time. Now, engineers have created a simple solution by averaging the wind flow and trying to calculate the average power production increases from that. And that's actually resulted in about 4 to 6% power production increase, which can translate to millions of dollars annually. But my research tries to improve upon this by incorporating the dynamic and uncertain elements of wind into the model. But the real question is, how do we use a humble approach to create a simple model that is not only representative of such a complex system, but understands that it doesn't represent everything in the system? And that's how we use probability to represent uncertainty in the wind flow. And that allows us to actually optimize this probabilistic system in the form of a stochastic optimization that allows us to calculate an optimal control action for the entire wind farm. Now, with this technology, we might see power production increases of 6 to 8% in existing wind farms with just a practical software solution. Now, we can even use this method in the design process to build better wind farms from the ground up, reducing our reliance on fossil fuels and increasing our stability of the grid. Now, this method has a wide range of applications to any kind of system that we don't know very much about. And I'm excited to see the results. In conclusion, I'd like to thank you, and I'd like to thank my high school English teacher.